Good evening and welcome to the Southern Wake Gym on the campus of Wake Tech in Raleigh, North Carolina for today's NJCAA Region 10 men's basketball matchup between your Wake Tech Eagles and the Brunswick Community College Dolphins. I'm Jonathan Hudson and I'm glad to bring you tonight's broadcast. Tonight is a special one because it's sophomore night here at Wake Tech where Wake Tech will be honoring 8 sophomores. The 8 sophomores for the Eagles being honored are sophomore guard from Beaufort, North Carolina, number 1, Shamel Baker. Sophomore guard also from Beaufort, North Carolina, number 3, Charles Mataka. Sophomore forward from Trapp, North Carolina, number 4, Tequan Holly. Sophomore forward from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 5, Saquon Harris. Sophomore guard from Jacksonville, North Carolina, number 12, Andrew Navarro. Sophomore guard from Raleigh, North Carolina, Caden Tesic. Sophomore guard from Wake Forest, North Carolina, Chris Harris. And our final sophomore is sophomore forward from Apex, North Carolina, Trey Manhurt. So that ceremony will begin in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. So we have that amount of time to introduce the game. Wake Tech comes into this game looking to build on their 81-79 road victory over Caldwell Tech. Charles Mathaka led the Eagles to the win, putting up 28 points on 8 of 18 from the field, 1 3-ball, and 11 of 15 from the charity stripe. BJ Solomon had a career-high 22 points in the victory, and Tequan Holly collected another double-double with 14 points and 11 rebounds. Saquon Harris leads the team, averaging 16.3 points per game, and Andrew Navarro isn't far behind with 14.8 points per game. Tequan Holly rounds out double-digit averages at 11.8 points per game. The Brunswick Community College Dolphins are leading the conference with an 18-3 overall record and are 4-1 in NJCAA Region 10 play. The Dolphins are on a 4-game win streak and most recently defeated USC Salkatchie 104-98. Amari Latham led Brunswick to that win, scoring a game-high 27 points. Junior Bowser and Darius Kane are the top players for the Dolphins, averaging 12.9 and 11.7 points per game, respectively. Both these teams in the standings, Wake Tech sits at 4th in Region 10, while at 5-4 in Region play, while Brunswick is in 1st at 4-1. So our keys to the victory for the Eagles. First one, physicality. Brunswick has a lot of length and size on this team, a 7-footer, 6'9" player, and a lot of height on this team. So can Wake Tech be physical and not worry about the height? Second, free throws. Whoever succeeds at the line usually has an edge. Can Wake Tech get the edge at the free throw line? And finally, defense. Defense wins championships, they always say. It also wins games, and Wake Tech trying to win this one. For the first time since 2018, we'll dive into the history. This is the first matchup between these two teams of this season. Wake Tech's last win over Brunswick was on November 10, 2018, when the Eagles got the 84-74 victory. Wake Tech is 3-9 all-time against the Dolphins. So that's your quick pregame. We have 48 seconds till we start sophomore night. I'm going to mute this mic, hit the camera mic, and sit back, relax, enjoy sophomore night celebrations as Brett Rutherford, the SID, is on PA tonight and will bring you that celebration. So stay tuned for sophomore night. We'll be right back with that in about 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, before tonight's game, we would like to take the time to honor and recognize the 2026 Wake Tech men's basketball sophomore class before they play their final home game here at Wake Tech. Each sophomore will make their way to center court for a picture with head coach Adam Wainwright and Wake Tech president Scott Ross. All right, first up, a guard from Brunswick, North Carolina, number 1, Chanel Baker. Chanel is escorted by his mother, Carrie. After Wake Tech, Chanel intends to transfer to a 4-year institution where he intends to study kinesiology. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chanel Baker. Next up, they go from Beaufort, North Carolina, number 3, Charles Backwell. Charles is escorted by his mother, Regina, and grandmother, Doris. After Wake Tech, Charles intends to transfer to a 4-year institution and study physical education. All right, Eagles fans, give it up for Charles Backwell. Next up, a forward from Track, North Carolina, number 4, T-Quan Halley. T-Quan is escorted by his mother, Latanya, this evening. After Wake Tech, T-Quan intends to transfer to a 4-year institution and study sports management. Give it up for T-Quan Halley. Next up, a forward from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 5, Saquon Harris. Saquon is joined by his father, Joseph, and girlfriend, Heather. After Wake Tech, Saquon intends to transfer to a 4-year institution and study business. Give it up for Saquon Harris. Next up, a guard from Jacksonville, North Carolina, number 12, Andrew Navarro. Andrew is joined by his mother, Erica, father, Andrew, and sister, Savannah. After Wake Tech, Andrew intends to transfer to a 4-year institution where he intends to study business and finance. Give it up for 12, Andrew Navarro. Next up, a guard from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 15, Caden Tesson. Caden is escorted by his mother, Katrina. After Wake Tech, Caden intends to transfer to a 4-year institution and study exercise science. Give it up one more time for Caden Tesson. Next up, a guard from Wake Forest, North Carolina, number 21, Chris Harris. Chris is escorted by his mother, Simone, and father, Brian. After Wake Tech, Chris intends to transfer to a 4-year institution and study psychology. Give it up for number 21, Chris Harris. And finally, a forward from Apex, North Carolina, number 25, Trey Manhurst. Trey is escorted by his mother, Alexis, and father, Joe. And after Wake Tech, Trey intends to transfer to a 4-year institution and study communications. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Trey Manhurst. gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise if you are able and remove your caps as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Dolphins. Number 4, Darius King. Number 11, Blake Barton. Number 15, Victor Allen. Number 22, Linwood Rowe. And number 24, Jamie Brooks. And the head coach for Brunswick is Walter Shaw.
Welcome back here where you just heard sophomore night and starting lineups from PA announcer Brett Rutherford. We're all set to go here tonight. Big shout out to our sophomores. One more time, Shamel Baker, Charles Mathaka, Tequan Holly, Saquon Harris, Andrew Navarro, Caden Tezek, Chris Harris, and Trey Manhertz. Big thank you to all the sophomores for all they've done for the Wake Tech athletic program and Wake Tech as a whole. Starters for the Dolphins: Darius Kane, Blake Bartney, Victor Alayo, Linwood Rowe, and Jamie Brooks. The Dolphins are coached by Walter Shaw in his 26th season, Adam Wainwright in his 9th season here at the helm for the Eagles. It'll be Holly and Rowe on the tip. Here we go. NJCAA Region 10 men's basketball action here. And Wake Tech wins the tip. And we're going to get a quick stoppage via the referee. Might have been a clock issue, but they got it figured out. Mathaka has it up top. Mathaka being tightly guarded by Alayo. Now Holly kicks it. Tezek straightaway triple to start. Nothing on that one. And it bounces out. Darius Kane bringing the ball up the floor. Kane avoided the double team. Now he gets it back. Down low they find Brooks. Brooks being harassed by Manhertz. Long pass. Another pass. 9 to shoot. Elevating is Kane for 3. Too strong. Nice offensive board there and a putback from Linwood Rowe for the first points of the game. Baker the other way to Tezic. Tezic skip passing to Manhertz. 2 will lay it in for 2. Good find there from Tezic. They swing it over to Olayo. Olayo. Kane. Corner 3 is good for Olayo. Olayo went elbow to baseline there and it paid off. Good movement without the basketball for Victor Olayo. Now into the lane, Mathaka can't get that one to go. Manhertz fighting for the board. It's out of bounds, last touched by Brooks. The lob into Holly. Holly strong up with it. Couldn't get it to fall. Stolen away by Mathaka. Another possession for the Eagles. Mathaka off balance runner. No good. The volleyball bat from Manhertz falls in the hands of Kane. Hop step into the lane. A nice finish there by Olayo. Baker skip pass to Mathaka. He has to pass out of the double team. He does. Mathaka has it again. 12 to shoot. Mathaka, nice screen and roll from Manhertz. He goes up with it. No whistle. Out of bounds. Last touched by Brooks. Wake Tech will maintain possession. Didn't hit the rim, so 4 to shoot for the Eagles. Brunswick out to an early 7-2 lead here. They get into Manhertz. Manhertz floats one home. Bartney back over to Kane. Bartney on the elbow. Has Rowe. Olayo, Bartley. Bartley inside. And the finish and 1 for Brooks. Tezic picks up the first foul of the game. And at the line, it will be Jamie Brooks to shoot the and 1. Brooks short on the free throw. Rebound corralled by Holly. Outlet to Mathaka. Mathaka going all the way. Had it rejected by Brooks. Now Kane tries to go all the way, but will get it to Bartney. Bartney up. Can't get it to crawl off the rim. Second chance opportunity. It goes. The lead is now 11-4 for the Dolphins here. Early stages, first half. Mathaka handoff to Holly. Holly trying to get past Rowe to Manhertz. Manhertz kick to Mathaka. Mathaka for the corner 3. Didn't go. Outlet pass and the layup. The putback is good from Rowe. The layup a little too nonchalant from Olayo, but Rowe there to pick up his teammate and convert the 2 for 2 points. Baker steps back to shoot a jumper, too strong. It's going to be a foul on the rebound. Foul on Linwood Rowe. His first, team's first. Well, that'll take us to immediate timeout. After 4 minutes and change of play, Brunswick Community College leads Wake Tech 13-4 with 15:52 to go in the first half. We'll take the media timeout with them and be right back after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. Our score, Brunswick 13, Wake Tech 4 with 15:52 to go in the first half. Chris Harris in the game for Wake Tech, number 21, as well as DJ Charles and BJ Solomon. Harris has the ball up top. Harris bounces it to Solomon. Solomon back to Harris. Harris in the lane, kick to Charles. Charles looks for space, goes in, floats one, and gets it to go. Charles making an immediate impact and will go to the line for a chance at 3 points. Foul was against Linwood Rowe. That's 2 on Rowe here in the first 4 minutes. Charles to shoot the and one. Charles too strong from the charity stripe. Rebound is Kane. Kane over to Elio. Elio swings it in. The double team down low. Can Brooks get out of it? He does. The straightaway jumper doesn't fall for Rowe. Rebound goes to the Eagles. Masaka with space. Masaka cutting into the lane, but had it blocked by Brooks. The Dolphins will run with it. You see Bartney with the ball. He'll elevate for 2 and hit it. Nine-point advantage now for the Dolphins. Harris will call out the play. Masaka back to Harris. Harris straight away, elbow 3. That one short, off the rim. Offensive board, Brooks. Now they'll put it the other way. Bartley, the 3 from Kane, too strong. The offensive board goes to the Dolphins. Swinging it over to Elio, Victor Elio. Inside, nice poke away by Harris. Harris creates a turnover. Can he finish on the other end? Yes, finger roll for 2 for Chris Harris. Great play there from Harris. That's what Wake Tech needed. They need some offense and defense after. Another great steal from Chris Harris. Harris on a sophomore night with 2 good plays, puts it up. That one stymied by Elio. And on the other end, Bartney lays it in. He went for the dunk, but didn't get enough on it, so he just ended up laying it in for the Dolphins. 17-8 now. Brunswick leads. Wake Tech trying to get their first win against the Dolphins since 2018. It will be a memorable sophomore night if they could pull it off. Solomon now at the top of the key. Handoff to Masaka. They kick it back out up top. 10 to shoot for Harris. Charles from the block. Can't get it to go. And that will go out of bounds. Baker back in the game for the Eagles. Masaka will take a breather. In the game for the Dolphins is Junior Bowser, a sophomore guard out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Attended Victory Christian High School. Kane gets it over to Jordan Barr, as they call him JB in the game. Barr in the game, as well as Prashant Hill. So new lineup for the Dolphins. They get it over to JB Barr. Barr, cross court pass to Kane. Kane with 6 to shoot. Kane skips it inside. Extra pass stolen away by Solomon. Solomon will hand it off to Harris, and Harris will slow it down. Down by 9 here with 12:30 to go in the first half. Baker gets into Shepard. Shepard too strong in the paint. Rebound, offensive board to Solomon. Now Baker. Baker driving in, cutting. Kicks it out. Solomon for the triple. Got it to go. Solomon cuts the deficit with a triple. Wake Tech needs stops and baskets. Down low, they get it to Brooks. Brooks floated it in. Harris the speed. Now they swing it. Solomon darts in, is bumped, and that's going to be a turnover. Corralled by Brooks. Now on the other end, and Harris makes a good play to stop the layup from Barr. And that will bring us to a timeout. Immediate timeout. We'll take it with them. Our score, Brunswick College 19, Wake Tech 11 with 11:35 left to go in the first. We'll take the immediate timeout and be back in a minute and 15 seconds with more basketball. After this, stay tuned. Welcome back here. Our score is 19-11. The Dolphins have an 8-point advantage over Wake Tech. Latest offense from the Eagles of a 3 from B.J. Solomon from the top of the key. And Chris Harris has been active on both ends of the floor, and he now has 2 steals in this game, making an impact here for the Eagles on his sophomore night. Dolphins ball out of the timeout. They get it in low, and it is a first touch for Ty Outlaw, the sophomore forward from Timberlake, North Carolina, but one he will want back as he stepped out of bounds on the baseline down low trying to get positioning. Harris starts in, tries to get into Shepard, does. Shepard too strong off the glass. Rebound falls to Hill. The pass off the mark but hit off of Baker, so Brunswick will maintain possession. They get it in the Kane. Darius Kane back over to Barr. Kane and Barr up top. Barr floats it to Kane. Kane with 10 to shoot. Now Barr 8 to shoot. Kane with 5. Back to Barr. Barr, NBA range 3, short. Offensive board goes to Junior Bowser. Right place, right time for Bowser. Bowser, the leading scorer on this team, averaging 12.9 points per game. Bowser, NBA range 3, he hits it. Harris up top calling out the play. Harris and Shepard have had some good success with Harris cutting and finding Shepard, but Harris will falter there and lose the ball. Kane gets it back and lays it in. Costly mistake there for the Eagles. Baker, the handoff to Solomon. Holly. Shamel Baker spots up for the corner jumper. Can't get it to go. Offensive board. Holly. Sequin Holly to Solomon, who lays it in and is fouled. Solomon to go to the line for an extra. Nice find there from Holly down low with the extra pass. As Masaka will check back in, Harris will go to the bench. Number 6, Jordan Durham in the game for the first time for the Dolphins. Solomon at the line. Solomon converts the and one to cut the deficit to 10 here, just under 10, 24-14. You see Bowser with the basketball. Bowser swings it over. Now the corner, it's Brooks. The corner 3 doesn't fall for Durham. Solomon lightning quick up the floor, but it's stolen away. That was Barr with nice hands. Barr in down low, and the layup is good for Hill. Masaka thinking about a screen. Doesn't get one, but now Baker down low. Baker lost his balance, falling out of bounds, had to give it away. On the other end, Bowser tries to go up through a lot of contact, no call. The refs are letting him play. That, though, is a jump ball.
Back in for your Eagles, number 25, Trey Manhurts. And for Brunswick, number 15, Victor Brown.
Trey Manhurts back in the game for Wake Tech. It'll be Dolphins inbound from the baseline. Our officials tonight, Gallon Durant, Scott Graham, and Tim Lewis as Wake Tech gets a turnover. Masaka to Solomon, and he slams it down. Alley-oop, high-flying Eagles. Masaka to Solomon. Put that one on a highlight reel. Down low is Hill. Hill over, and it's out of bounds. Turnover. Jordan Durham stepped out. Nice pass inside as Manhurts can't finish the layup through contact, but he'll go to the line for 2. Fourth foul on the Dolphins of the half. Manhurts to the line to shoot 2. Manhurts 56% from the line, 40 in conference play, as that one is too strong. Ethan Reed in the game for Wake Tech. A freshman forward out of Raleigh, North Carolina, attended Southeast Raleigh High School, as Manhurts will shoot the second and connect. The lead is 9. Pass down low, now cutting is Durham. Durham, cross-court pass. The 3 for Alayo. Doesn't go. Rebound. The offensive rebounds are all Dolphins as Outlaw puts that one back up and in for 2. Masaka lost the handle. Jordan Barr picks up a foul. Team's 5th now of the half, so we have another media timeout. let's just reflect. This is where I wish I had a replay. Because if I could get a replay of that alley-oop from Mathaka to Solomon, I would. That was fun. That was a highlight. For sure. Highlight and a half. And that's not the first dunk, Solomon. Solomon, not afraid to elevate. He's had a couple highlights here this season at home above the rim. Wow. Again, wish I had a replay. That's all right. 28-17, Brunswick Community College leads Lake Tech with 7:32 to go in the first half. We'll be right back after the tail end of the media timeout with more men's basketball action after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back here where Brunswick leads Lake Tech 28-17 with 7:32 left to go in the first half. Eagles ball after the media timeout. Ethan Reed will trigger it in from the Brunswick bench. Reed now driving, kicks it. That one's picked off by Outlaw. Outlaw gets up the floor. Durham, quick pass into Outlaw. And it's out of bounds. Mathaka brings it up the floor, trying to get to the corner, and he stepped out. Not sure what the play was there, but Eagles turnover. We'll give Brunswick the ball back. Up by 11, 28-17, just under 7 minutes here to play in the first half. Lake Tech's final home game of the season. They're in the Division I portion of NJCAA, and they're fighting for tournament seeding. As Outlaw gets rejected by Shepard at the rim. Now Baker slicing and dicing, kicks it to Reed. Reed extra pass, Shepard. Shepard lost it. Baker corralling the loose change. Kicks it over. Shepard extra pass. Man hurts, that's 2. Barr has it. Cross-court pass to Alayo. Alayo back to Barr. Barr for 2. That one rolls off the cylinder. Offensive board. Jaden Shepard. Now Mathaka kicks it to Reed. Reed finding Shepard. Shepard waltzing past his defender, puts it in, up off the glass. Lead only 7 now for Brunswick. A couple of good offensive trips for Wake Tech. Victor Alayo. Over to Barr. Barr into Outlaw. Outlaw kicks it over to Durham. Durham has his pass tipped away. Baker the other way. Mathaka. Circus layup. Couldn't get it to go through contact. Man hurts down the lane. Kick. Ethan Reed from the baseline 3. He hits it. Lake Tech chipping into the deficit. It's now only 4. Approaching the 5-minute mark here. Again, we're in the South Campus Gymnasium on the campus of Wake Tech in Raleigh, North Carolina. Victor Alayo. Sidestep into the lane, 2 mini steps. As you can dance on a Wednesday night, but you can't take that many steps in basketball, so that will be a turnover against the Dolphins. Blake Bartney back in the game for the Dolphins. Chris Harris back on the floor for the Eagles. The Eagles can cut it to one possession here. Nice pass. Almost a nice pass. Good thought from Mathaka to Manhurst, but it's taken away. Now the transition triple. Too strong off the iron. Rebound and putback is Jamie Brooks. He's having a field day down there so far with offensive boards. And it's really paying dividends for the Dolphins. Jamie Brooks, a freshman forward, 6'7", out of Little River, South Carolina, attended Atlantic Collegiate before coming to Brunswick. And he makes the first free throw. Number 33, Zion Garter, sophomore forward from Albany, Georgia, went to Word of God Academy, is now on the floor for the first time for the Dolphins. Holly back in the game for the Eagles. Another free throw coming for Brooks. Jamie Brooks, 84% from the line, makes that one. Eagles backcourt is Mathaka and Harris for the time being. Manhurst up top. Manhurst pass stolen away by Alayo. Alayo behind the back to Bartney. Bartney driving all the way. Couldn't get it to go up off the pane. Reed elevates to three. That one short. Offensive rebound is Holly. Holly put back. No, too strong. Kane over to Alayo. Alayo back to Kane. They get it down low. The teardrop won't fall. He gets his own miss and converts for two. It's Brooks. Brooks everywhere in this game so far for the Dolphins, as they're up 32-24 with 3.5 to go in this first half. Pass off the mark. That's going to be a backcourt violation against Wake Tech. So it'll be Brunswick ball. We'll go to our final under 4 media timeout here with 3:25. We'll take it with them. Brunswick leading 32-24. Wake Tech with a little life in the run there, but Brunswick answering. It's the Jamie Brooks show for the Dolphins. Stay tuned for more men's basketball action after this. Our score 32-24. Brunswick leads. We'll be right back with more action after the timeout.
On Friday, February
Welcome back here, where Brunswick leads Wake Tech by 8, 32-24, 3:25 left to go in the first half. Again, it's been the offensive boards for Brunswick. They've hit a couple from outside, but Jamie Brooks having his way in the paint on both sides of the ball. They try to get it into Gardner, but it's stolen away by Manhurst. Reed wings it over to Solomon. Solomon being guarded by Brooks. Solomon keeps his dribble. Gets inside. Kicks it back out to Harris. Harris to Manhurst. Manhurst back to Harris. Elbow triple for Chris Harris. That one's off the short end of the iron. And out of bounds. Last touched by Ethan Reed. So it'll be Brunswick ball, much to the chagrin of the home crowd. Kane brings it up the floor, looking for a screen from Gardner. Kane swings it over to Bartney. Bartney gets it to Brooks. Brooks kick back to Bartney. Kane's pass batted in the air, stolen away by Harris, but he lost the handle. Brooks for a jumper. No good. Offensive board is Bartney. Bartney had it taken away by Solomon. And we're going to get a foul against Bartney. Bartney picks up his first, team 6 of the half with 2:13 to go in this first frame. It's 8 right now. If Wake Tech can get it to 4 going into the half, that would be stellar for the Eagles. Ethan Reed spinning into the lane. Met by defenders. Now Solomon driving the baseline. Kicks it back out. Ethan Reed straightaway 3. Short. Offensive board falls to Solomon. Solomon back to Harris with 14 to shoot. Chris Harris up top. Harris kicks it back to Solomon. Solomon down low, scores off the window. And that will bring us to a timeout by head coach Walter Shaw. In his 30th season with Brunswick, 26th as a head coach. So we will take the timeout with them. Our score 32-26, 1:34 to go left in the first frame. Stay tuned for more men's basketball action after this. Welcome back here where Brunswick leads Wake Tech by 6, 32-26 with a minute and a half to go. Dolphins ball. You see Darius Kane bringing the ball up the floor. He gets it to Brooks. Brooks pitches it over to Bartney. Bartney slicing into the lane, kicks it back to Brooks. Brooks going across Manhurts and puts it in. Mathaka kick, corner 3, Baker pump fake. Down low, he finds trouble. Pass inside, Manhurts up off the glass. That one bounced off the rim. Caden Brewer in the game for the first time for the Dolphins, and we have a traveling violation against Brooks.
Eagle basketball.
Caden Brewer, freshman guard out of Etowah, North Carolina, attended East Henderson High School. Under a minute here to play in the first half. Masaka bringing the ball up the floor for the Eagles. Little give and go from Harris to Solomon. Chris Harris trying to beat his defender off the dribble. Elevates for 2 and he hits it. .25 to go for the Dolphins. The shot clock is off. So the Dolphins are the last one of this half unless there's a turnover. Like that, Solomon going. Solomon lays it in. A 4-point swing for the Eagles. 7 to shoot. It's Alayo. Alayo dances in. Alayo had it blocked, but they're going to get a foul against the Eagles. It'll be against Manhurts. Manhurts picks up his first, team's third. So at the line is Victor Alayo to shoot 2 with 2.5 to go. Alayo makes the first. That is his 40th made free throw of the season. He's 79.6% from the charity stripe overall, 75% in conference play. So not much of a difference there. That's what you want if you're a good shooter at the line. this to get the lead to 6. Alio does. 2.5, Masaka with it. Masaka lets it go. And that one falls short. And that'll do it. End of 1. Brunswick 36, Wake Tech 30. How did we get there? It was the first part of that first half was all Jamie Brooks, the freshman forward, 6'7" from Little River, South Carolina, made a difference with his offensive rebounding and points in the paint, and just overall presence in the paint. And then beyond that, a couple threes here and there from the Dolphins. For Wake Tech, threes, they had the early struggle where they got the early deficit, but then they were able to string together a couple of stops and a couple of successful trips on the offensive end and start to cut the deficit. You had Solomon with the highlight slam, Harris with the 3, Harris with the late jumper. Shepard got a basket. Solomon making an impact. Manhurt's got a couple of scores early, and Shamel Baker joined the scoring party as well. But our score at the break, 36-30 in favor of Brunswick over Wake Tech. We'll take a 14-minute break and be back with the leading scores of the first half and the start of the second half. After this, stay tuned. Welcome back here. We are just about set to start the second half between Brunswick Community College and Wake Tech. It should be a good one. Brunswick leads Wake Tech by 6, 36-30. They'll inbound it right in front of me. Leading scores of the first half for Wake Tech, it was BJ Solomon, 12 points, and he had 1 3. Trey Manhurst had 7, Chris Harris had 4. As a team, the Eagles made 2 from beyond the arc and went 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. These first 5 minutes will say a lot about the second half. Can Wake Tech kind of find more energy than they did in the offensive end? In that first half, the first shot from Solomon off the window, off the mark, and they're going to get a foul against Solomon as he reached in to try to create the jump ball. So it will be Dolphins basketball as they get their first possession of the second half, up 6. Kane gets it over to Bowser. Bowser, quiet first half by his standards. They get it down low and the easy layup from Rowe. Baker slides it to Holly. Holly trying to get past Rowe. Teakon Holly down low, puts it up and is fouled by Linwood Rowe. So Holly will go to the line for 2. Holly shooting 54.9% from the charity stripe this season. Makes the first. Holly makes them both. The lead back to 6 for Brunswick. Manhurst coming out to defend the 3. Well short from Rowe and out of bounds. It'll be Wake Tech basketball. Darius Kane couldn't corral it for the Dolphins. Masaka to Baker. Baker skips on to Holly. Holly baseline drive. Gets it back again. Manhurst. Up top is Baker. Baker up off the glass. Couldn't get it to fall. There'll be a foul on the play after. Should go against Linwood Rowe. Rather, it's against Junior Bowser. Baker will go to the line to shoot 2. Baker makes the first. Shamel Baker, 66.7% from the free throw line. Goes 1 of 2 there, missing the second. Pushing the pace is Kane. Darius Kane in the lane. Kane going up and is fouled by Masaka. Masaka reached in there. And he'll be ticketed for it. So that will send Kane to the charity stripe. Darius Kane, 72.3% on the season. That one short. Kane misses them both. Rebound to Baker. Masaka will orchestrate the offense for the Eagles. Holly elevates from the free throw line, can't connect. Foul on the rebound. It'll be on Brunswick. That's against Victor Alayo. Solomon has it up top for Wake Tech. Hand off to Mathaka. Mathaka back to Solomon. Solomon, baseline drive, tries to feed it to Manhurts. And that's going to be a foul on Bowser. That's his second, team's third of the half. So, foul stacking up for the Dolphins. The inbound play to Solomon is good. Darius Kane now with speed for the Dolphins. Darius Kane, handoff late, stolen away. Solomon, skip pass to Mathaka, who lays it in. The home crowd loving that. That's a 4-point swing. Wake Tech gets to within one. Their closest they've been since the opening jump. Mathaka will pick up a infraction there on the floor. So Brunswick will inbound it from their own bench. It'll be Kane to get it in. The lead's only one for Brunswick, 38-37. Victor Alayo all the way, kicks it last second to Brooks. Brooks denied by Manhurts. Manhurts having a whale of a game for the Eagles. Holly kicks it. Baker for three in the lead. That one squibbles off the rim. Offensive board goes to Mathaka. He has it in the corner. Now he'll bring it back up and reset. Mathaka with 4 to shoot, puts it up off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound falls to the Dolphins. Brooks gets it over to Kane. Kane outlet pass down low and a nice layup from Rowe. Rowe, right place, right time. There, good job from Linwood Rowe to run the floor. And we have a foul against Kane. Fifth foul against the Dolphins. That's the only thing they haven't done great in this second half so far is the foul trouble. That's the fifth foul on the Dolphins. So Wake Tech will inbound it from their own bench. Solomon has it up top. Solomon the handoff to Chris Harris. Harris dribbles into trouble. Trying to find help, finds Manhurts. Manhurts to Baker. Baker elevates and fires, can't get that one to go. The rebound bounces off of Solomon, last touch by him. It will be Dolphins ball. 40-37, Brunswick leads with 16-15 to go in the second half. Wake Tech applying the pressure in the second half in the early stages. Will Brunswick respond? Kane trying to dribble past Harris. Hard task. Harris bats it away. Stolen by Solomon. Holly to the lane and two. Back to within one. Defense to offense. Points off turnovers have been big for Wake Tech in this game. Now Kane flat on the layup. Harris, the defensive board. Harris to Baker. Baker back to Harris. Harris will slow it down and set up the play for Wake Tech. Chris Harris thought about the step back three, but instead will skip it to Solomon. Solomon in the paint, elevates and puts it in up off the window for Wake Tech's first lead in a while. 41-40, Eagles lead. The crowd into it for the home side. Elia over to Bowser. Bowser back to Kane. If you're the Dolphins, you want to get Bowser involved. He hasn't been much of this half. Kane can't lay it in. Solomon, the board. He'll get it back. Solomon trying to float it past the Manhurts. It's stolen away by Brooks. Brooks, after the opening paint touch, hasn't had as many. Bowser's three, too strong. A lot of mustard, missed everything. Corralled by Baker. Eagles lead by 1. Again, the history between these two teams. Wake Tech hasn't beaten Brunswick since 2018. Brooks on cue slams it home for the Dolphins. To give Brunswick the lead again. Harris driving, gets it to Solomon. Solomon straightaway three. That one hits off the left side of the rim. Offensive board, Manhurts. Solomon, hand off to Holly. Holly in the lane, spins, puts it up off the glass, a little too strong. Board falls to Brooks. Kane on the other end, Kane to Bowser. Junior Bowser is hacked as he goes up with it, and he'll have 2 shots. The foul will go against Baker. That's his first, team's fourth. So that will bring us to our first media timeout. Wake Tech storming back, took the 41-40 lead. Brunswick responding with a basket, and now they're up by 1, 42-41 with 13:36 to go in the second. We'll be right back after the media timeout with more action. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. Our score, Brunswick 42, Wake Tech 41. Leading scores for the Dolphins in the first half. Bartney had 6 points. Alayo had 7 points with a 3-pointer. And Brooks had 10 points. As a team, they made 2 threes and were 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Wake Tech 2 of 4 from the charity stripe as a team in that first frame. At the line, shooting 2 is Bowser. Bowser makes the first. Bowser averaging 14.2 points per game in conference play as he makes his second free throw. Blake Bartney back in the game for the Dolphins. A successful trip to the line for Bowser gives the Dolphins a 3-point advantage. Ethan Reed dribbling into the lane, elevating the teardrop. Well short. The board falls to Kane. Kane picked up his dribble, gets it to Brooks up top. Brooks down low, and it's going to be a foul against Wake Tech as Rowe had good positioning in the paint. Osaka picks up his third, team's fifth rather. Bartney for 2, that one goes in and out. Board is Mathaka. Mathaka to Baker, floats it back up top to Mathaka. Nice cut by Reed, and can't finish the layup in close. Victor Alayo drops it off. Nice inside positioning. Brooks, easy layup. Wake Tech's got to figure out the paint play. Get a body on a player. You can't let someone get that deep in the paint, that wide open, that easily. 46-41, Brunswick leads. Under 12 and a half here to go in the second. Wake Tech in need of a basket. Baker probing, puts it up off the window. Couldn't get it to go. Now Blake on the other end, the offensive board, Dolphins, and that's going to be a foul against Reed. No, they're going to get Baker. That's the team's sixth foul. Linwood Rowe, sophomore forward from Fayetteville, North Carolina, knocks down the first. Solomon back in the game for Wake Tech. Baker will sit with foul trouble. As Rowe converts both from the line. After Wake Tech got the lead, Brunswick responding with a bit of a run, up 7 now. Teakon Holly has it momentarily, but had it stolen away. Good defensive sequence for the Dolphins. Bartney spinning in the lane, puts it up wildly. That one caught by Solomon. Solomon to Reed. Reed down low, couldn't finish the layup. Brooks the other way. Brooks passes it, stolen away by Solomon. Masaka corrals the pass. Holly the other way. Holly lays it in. That breaks Wake Tech's scoring drought as it's 43-48. (48-43). 48-43, our score. Brunswick leading Wake Tech by 5 with 11:16 left to go in the second half. I'm going to see what I can do to fix the score bug here. We'll be right back. Welcome back here where our score is 48-43. Brunswick leads Wake Tech. Apologies on the score bug here. We're trying to figure that out as we speak. I'm going to keep calling the game and let Robin drive the technology train as he tries to get and we're back. Thank you, Robin. Shout out to the admin at Wake Tech. They do a great job helping me out and bringing you a good broadcast as Darius Kane is 1 of 2 from the line to get the first. So the lead is now 6. Mathaka swings it to Solomon and he slams it home. On the other end, a nice behind the back pass there. Bowser to Brooks for 2. Don't blink, you'll miss a lot of action in this one. Fast pace here, 51-45. Dolphins lead. That pass from Shepard, intended for a Reed, sailed out of bounds. Kane Has it up top for the Dolphins. The Dolphins in the bonus, and they have the possession arrow. You see Rowe with it up top. Rowe kicks it to Brooks. Brooks, one hand, got it, spun it home. Jamie Brooks is having a great game for the Dolphins. Now Shepard, oh, in the late home, it counts. It's going to be goaltending as Bowser got there late. The lead 6 for the Dolphins, approaching the 10-minute mark here in the second half. I'm Jonathan Hudson, glad to bring you tonight's broadcast. Wake Tech's final home game as the Eagles honored 8 sophomores during pregame. So shout out to our sophomores and all the great things they've done for the athletic program and Wake Tech. Brooks spins in the lane, puts it up and in. Jamie Brooks is a problem here for the Eagles. On the flip side, if you're head coach Walter Shaw, you know your play. Get it to Brooks. Jamie Brooks putting on a clinic in terms of getting in the paint and scoring in the paint. Because that one's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a foul. Checking into the game for Wake Tech is Shamel Baker. Foul against Wake Tech, or rather foul against Brunswick. Wake Tech only mounted from down low. Baker. Baker with 12 to shoot. Slices into the lane. Tries to kick it to Shepard. Ball on the floor. Corralled by Bowser and the Dolphins. Bartney going all the way to the rack and scoring. Solomon, teardrop from the base, from the free throw line. He scores. Foul on the play afterwards. Junior Bowser picks up a foul there. Away from the ball. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout, and that'll go to media. Brunswick, after giving up the lead, they've extended it back to 8. 57-49 with 9:10 to go in the second half. Stay tuned for more men's basketball in JCAA Region 10 action after this. We'll be right back. Welcome back here where our score, Brunswick 57, Wake Tech 49. Charles Mathaka at the line after the foul from the Dolphins. Mathaka will have a 1-and-1. Mathaka with a 1-and-1. Wake Tech needing some offense, down by 8. Mathaka does not get the friendly roll. Offensive board goes to Solomon. Solomon back to Mathaka. Holly came up with it. And they're going to get a foul on Charles Mathaka on the floor as he was fighting for the ball. He doesn't agree with that one. That's Charles' 4th. Head coach Adam Wainwright not pleased with that one. The home crowd not pleased with that one. A lot of bodies on the floor there. But it will send, Mathaka's foul sends Blake Bartney to the stripe to shoot. The 1-and-1, he misses. Rebound, Baker. Baker runs with it. Shamel Baker into the paint. Can't connect from close range. Board is Brooks. Don't have the stats, but I'm pretty sure Brooks is on his way to a double-double. All I have is that he scored 10 in the first half. He's added more points, but he's got a lot of boards as well. Bowser has a 10 to shoot. Bowser over to Bartney. Bartney. Bowser with 3 to shoot. Bartney for the triple. That one's short. Rebound, Holly. Holly will drop it off to Mathaka. And Mathaka will slow it down. Solomon pouncing into the lane. Good defense from Rowe. Solomon elevates to go over Rowe, but that one falls flat. Offensive board. Dolphins in the slam from Rowe. Rowe said, you alley-oop it, I'll alley-oop it. As the Dolphins counter with an alley-oop of their own. But we're gonna get a technical on Linwood Rowe for hanging on the rim. So a little too emphatic on the dunk. So it'll be Mathaka to shoot the free throws after the technical foul against Linwood Rowe for a little bit too aggressive of a dunk. Mathaka to close the deficit to single digits. That one falls off the rim. Mathaka with one more coming after the technical from Linwood Rowe. As Mathaka makes a second. Into the game for the first time for Wake Tech, it is S.J. Sorrell who will check in the game for the first time. Freshman guard out of Raleigh, North Carolina, went to Lake Raleigh Prep. So dunk on one end for Rowe, but he hung on the rim, and that's a technical. And on the other end, Mathaka made one. So that's our sequence of plays. It's a 9-point advantage for the Dolphins, 59-50 with 7:57 to go in the second frame. We'll take the media timeout with them and be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back here to the South Campus Gym on the campus of Wake Tech, where our score is Brunswick 59, Wake Tech 50. 9-point advantage for the Dolphins. Wake Tech ball out of the media timeout. Facing a 9-point deficit. Just under 8 to go. Brunswick will look to go with some pressure. Baker gets it across half court. He's being chased by 2 Dolphins. Sorrell. Back to Baker. SJ finds Shepard. Jaden Shepard. Now Sorrell probing. 8 to shoot. 5 to shoot. Too many steps from Solomon. And that's going to be a turnover. Dolphins ball with a chance to increase their lead to double digits. Darius Kane brings the ball at the floor. Kane to Brooks. Brooks back over. Bowser. Back to Brooks. Brooks, the X factor for the Dolphins in this game. Bartney at the baseline. Bartney drives the baseline, puts it up, had it blocked away, but they're going to get a foul on the play. Solomon picks up his first, team's 9th. So that sends Blake Bartney, the sophomore out of Raleigh, to the line for the Dolphins. Bartney rattles the first home. Barney makes them both the lead 11 for the Dolphins. Wake Tech in need of some defensive stops more than they do offense. I mean, you need both, but they've had success on the offensive end. It's Sorrell planks that one home. Right on cue. Good offensive possession for the Eagles. Can they clamp down on the defensive end of the floor? Sorrell guarding Bowser. Bowser gets a switch. Gives it back to Kane. Kane in the lane, lost it. Baker comes up with the ball. Baker, nice pass to Shepard. Shepard lays it in. Bartney down low to Outlaw. Outlaw's pass picked off by Shepard. Sorrell gets it to Baker. Baker over to Holly. Holly gets into the lane, gets bumped, and will pick up the foul. Rather draw the foul. Fouls against Ty Outlaw. Team's 8th. 1-1 for Holly at the line. Holly makes the first and will be rewarded with a second. This will make it a 5-point game. Holly rattles the second one home. 5-point difference between the Dolphins and the Eagles here in the Eagles' final home game of the 25-26 season, as they have 3 more road games before the NJCAA Region 10 tournament starts. Brooks has it at the elbow for Brunswick. Gets it to Outlaw. Outlaw over to Bartney. Bartney, 7 to shoot. Bartney lost it. Baker stole it away. Shamel Baker kicks it over. Sorrell back to Baker. Baker thought about a 3, got a defender in the air. Drives, kicks it over to Solomon. Extra pass, Shepard. Baseline 3. That one too strong off the top of the basket. Corralled by the Dolphins. And Bowser will lay it in for 2. Wake Tech kind of thought that was going to go off the backboard out. But it didn't. It went off the rim, up and in. And then Brunswick threw it the other way for 2. Head coach Adam Wainwright wanted something there. He got something. And the result is an inbound from over here. Must have been a sub. Baker has it for the Eagles. Baker slicing into the lane, kicks it back out. Solomon for the deep 2, he connects. Bowser thought about a 3, instead he'll give it off to Kane. Olio for the 3, that one rattles in and out. Under 4.5 here, 63-58. Brunswick leads. Terrell for the three, got it to go, all nylon for SJ. That brings the crowd to life. Wake Tech within 2, 63-61. Under 4. Out of bounds, Wake Tech basketball. As Kane was careless with the ball. SJ Sorrell, big three, injects life into the veins of the Eagles. As they're only down by 2, timeout, we'll take the timeout with them. It's 63-61. Brunswick leads with 3:55 to go in the second half. Stay tuned. This one's going to be a great one. Welcome back here where it's a 2-point ball game. Brunswick leads Wake Tech by 2, 63-61. 3:55 to go in this one. What promises to be a thrilling final 3:55. Sorrell saunters up the floor for the Eagles. Hands it off to Baker. Another handoff, Solomon. Solomon stymied. Back to Holly. Holly elevates to the D2. Chases his own miss. But it's corralled by Darius Kane. Kane gets it to Bowser. Kane back to Victor Alayo. Bowser for a three. That went in and out. Rebound and a foul, offensive foul on Victor Alayo. That puts Wake Tech in the double bonus. That will send Solomon to the line for 2. Solomon with a chance to tie it at the line. That one's short. Wake Tech's got a box out here just in case of a miss. Solomon nails the second free throw. It's a 1-point game here with 3:20 and counting. Kane gets a screen from Rowe, and it's tapped out of bounds. Great defensive play by S.J. Sorrell to force the turnover. Again, Wake Tech searching for their first win against the Dolphins since 2018. They have it in their grasp, only down 1, approaching the 3-minute mark. They need a good offensive possession here. For the Dolphins, you got to clamp down and go back to your bread and butter. Get in the lane. Holly spinning. Holly backing down his defender. Holly up off the glass and in for the lead. Kane on the other end, skips into Bowser. Bowser thought about a 3. Back to Kane. They floated for Alayo. Alayo drives the baseline. Alayo draws the crowd. Bowser corner 3. That one rolls off. Rebound Brooks is put back. No good, but he'll be fouled and go to the line for 2. Shepard picks up the team's 10th, his first personal. Jamie Brooks at the line for 2. Freshman forward out of Little River, South Carolina. Brooks makes the first. Brooks is having a heck of a game for the Dolphins. It's 84.2% in the season from the line. He makes them both there. Big free throws down the stretch for Brooks. Gives Brunswick the 1-point advantage. Back and forth we go. S.J. Sorrell to Solomon. Solomon handoff to Baker. Baker trying to get past Alayo. Can't. Baker 8 to shoot. Solomon 5 to shoot. Sorrell 3 to shoot. S.J. needs to put a shot up. He does. And that's a shot clock violation. S.J.'s heave only hit glass. Turnover. Dolphins ball. Charles Mataka back in the game for the Eagles. Timeouts left. It's 3 for Brunswick, 2 for Wake Tech. The arrow favoring Brunswick. Just under 2 minutes here. Dolphins leading by 1. Bowser gets it over to Rowe. Rowe back to Kane. Kane rolls it over. 9 to shoot, 8 to shoot. Alayo. Brooks elevates from 18 feet, can't hit it. Board goes to Solomon. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout called by head coach Adam Wainwright. Solomon's been the guy this game. If you're Wake Tech in a late game situation, but if you want 3, I don't know who you go to, because I can figure out who you go to, but the fact that Saquon Harris has not played in this game hurts the Eagles in this situation. He's kind of automatic from beyond the arc, and then you also have Navarro out this game. Those are your 2 main 3-point shooters. After that, you can go Ethan Reed, who's made 1. He's missed a couple as well. I'd rather go inside if I'm coach to go to Solomon and tell him, hey, get to the rim, get fouled. If you can make it, get 1. If not, but again, you don't need a 3. I'm just thinking late game, who do you want to take a 3 if you're in a North Carolina Duke situation, a la Seth Trimble. Shout out to all our camera operators here this season. I appreciate the hard work from them. They've done a fantastic job bringing you the broadcast. So big thank you to them. Big thank you to the Wake Tech admin for all they do for Wake Tech sports. It's not easy being an athletic administrator or communicator or anything in an athletic department. It's a lifestyle, and you have to love it. I speak from experience, having been an SID at 3 schools. It'll be Wake Tech ball out of timeout. Baker will inbound it from the scores table. 25 to shoot, 1:21 to go here. Both teams in the double bonus. Brunswick has the arrow. Mathaka gets open. Immediate trap from the Dolphins. The trap again, trying to get Baker. Baker dribbles out of trouble. Mathaka steps into a long-range jumper. That one's too strong. Offensive board, Baker. He lays it in. Oh, our score bug's off again. Score is 66-65. Wake Tech leads with 53.3. And a great layup from Baker. Jamel Baker with the 2. Baker's roll-in layup gives Wake Tech the 1-point lead with 53.3 seconds to go. Our score 66-65. The Eagles lead. I'm going to hit refresh on the scoreboard and hope that does something. We'll just keep it here as I try to fix the score bug. Now we got the women's score from last night. That's not what we want. We're going to go with transition here. All right, well, we're back here. Unfortunately, couldn't fix the scoreboard. My apologies. But you can hear me. This score bug is not working. But it's okay. I'm okay. 66 to 53 here with, 66 to 65 with 53.3 in the second half. Brunswick has it. Brunswick down 1. Bowser over to Elio. Elio into Kane. Kane back to Elio. Kane dribbling in, puts it up, can't score, rebound, and it goes. What a great rebound from Shepard. Shepard to Baker. Baker's hacked, and Baker will go to the line with 34.2. Our score 66 to 64. Wake Tech leading. Oh, it's back. We're good. It does this. Thank you, Robin. We're back. Wake Tech leads by 1. Great rebound there from Jaden Shepard. And now that sends Shamel Baker to the line to shoot 2. Baker 66.7% this season at the line coming in this game. Big free throws here. First one off the mark. Baker, this one to push the lead to 2. That one's off the mark. Rebound, Brooks. Now the Dolphins push it. Kane, Brooks. Brooks in the lane. Brooks elevates. His shot doesn't roll in, but he's fouled by Solomon. They're going to get Shepard on the foul, actually. So Shepard with the foul. That sends Brooks to the line to shoot 2. Brooks scored 10 points in the first half. He's at the line with 2 very important free throws with 25.6 to go in the second half. Brooks makes the first. He's been automatic from the stripe so far this game. Brooks ties it up at 66 with 1 more free throw coming. Timeout situation, 2 left for Brunswick, 1 left for the Eagles. Shot clock is off, it's all tied. Brooks to break the tie. That one's in and out. Tie ball game. Baker almost lost it, but he gets it back. 20 seconds to go. Mathaka has it. Mathaka near us, and he gets a timeout. Wake Tech has a timeout. It's a tie ball game here. 66 all. We'll be right back with the final 16.2 seconds. Wake Tech possession with a chance to win it. With 16.2 all tied up at 66. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. Our score all knotted up at 66 with 16.2 seconds to go in the game. Baker has it for the Eagles. Baker back to Solomon. Solomon 12 to shoot. Mathaka 10 to shoot. Charles Mathaka up top. Mathaka 7 to shoot. Mathaka drives, puts it up off the window, too strong. Offensive board. Nobody can get to it. Baker, and that'll be it. We're going to overtime. We're going to OT. At the end of regulation, our score, 66 all. As we will take a short break. How did we get to this tie? Well, Shamel Baker, down 2, got in the lane, got a loose ball rebound, got in the lane, and was able to roll it in off the cylinder for 2. Then Brooks hit 1 of 2 from the free throw line to tie it up. And before that, Shepherd got a big offensive board that gave Wake Tech a chance, but they weren't able to convert. So, that's how we got to where we are. $66 all. If you're the Dolphins, you just want to go back into Brooks. Let him take over this game. Let him do what he did in the first half. If he gets fouled, so be it. If you're Wake Tech, you ride this momentum. You're at home. It's sophomore night. You got 8 sophomores playing their final home game in a Wake Tech uniform. You ride this momentum. You stormed back. They were down by as many as 10. Maybe even more than 10. I'm trying to rethink here. At some point it was 10. I feel like it was more than that at some point, but neither here nor there. All that matters here is we're tied and we're going into a 5-minute overtime period. It will be Outlaw on the jump for the overtime with Tequan Holly. Opening 3 possessions in overtime will tell you a lot. 2 halves wasn't enough. We have overtime. Bonus basketball for you as the Dolphins get the tip. They kick it over Durham. Jordan Durham kicks it back out. Kane kicks it. Alayo back to Kane. Kane trying to get it Outlaw. Durham for 3. That was too strong. Rebound Alayo. Victor Alayo in the lane. Lays it in for 2. Mathaka tried to hand it off to Baker. It's stolen away by Victor Alayo. Another 2. He's fouled. Victor Alayo single-handedly sparking the Dolphins' offense in this opening minute of the overtime. Alayo at the line for 2. Alayo misses the first. Another one on the way for Alayo. And he makes the second. The lead is now 3 for the Dolphins. Baker gets it to Shepherd. Shepherd spinning, losing the ball. It's on the floor. The Dolphins recover it. Alayo again. Kane, he scores in 1 for Darius Kane. The opening minute has been all Dolphins in this overtime, and Kane has a chance to push the lead to 6, as that also is the 5th foul against Charles Mathaka. So Mathaka's night is over. Not the way he wanted his sophomore night to end, but he's had an incredible season for the Eagles. Hats off to Charles Mathaka. That brings in S.J. Sorrell. As Kane converts the end one, the lead is 6 for the Dolphins here in overtime. Wake Tech just needs to get a good, clean offensive possession. So far it's been turnover. Solomon driving the lane, elevates, fires, and scores. Kane can't get past Shepherd. Shepherd, an elite defender. Now the 3 from Alayo. He hits it. Victor Elias has put the team on his back in this overtime frame. Dolphins up by 7. Solomon driving in, he's fouled by Jordan Durham. Rather, they got Ty Outlaw on the foul. It's his second personal. Solomon at the line to shoot 2. Solomon strong on the first one. Solomon gets the second one to fall in. 75-69. Brunswick Community College leads Wake Tech. Wake Tech storms back and fought valiantly to get it to overtime. Kane now for the Dolphins. Kane being guarded by Sorrell. Durham probing. Can't get it in. Alayo drives. Kick to Brooks. Brooks elevates and that one rolls off the rim. Solomon had it taken away by Kane, but Kane will commit the infraction as Solomon picks up the foul. Kane reached in. Kane picks up his third. Solomon back to the line for the Eagles. Solomon makes the first. Good correction at the charity stripe for BJ Solomon. Solomon makes them both. The lead, 4 for the Dolphins, 75-71. Approaching the 2.5-minute mark of overtime. Again, we are in overtime, folks. Scorebug says second, but we're in overtime. Victor Alayo at the top of the key. Alayo down low. Nice cut and a slam from Kane. Holly driving. Holly baseline. Holly in trouble. Trying to get it to Sorrell. Sorrell lost it. Another turnover. As the Dolphins get yet another possession. Turnovers have hurt the Eagles in this overtime period. They started out with 2 turnovers, and then Victor Alayo turned those 2 turnovers into points. 4 points to be exact. Out of bounds, turnover on the other end. This one against the Dolphins. So it'll be Wake Tech ball down 6. 2-possession game with 1:40 to go. Sorrell into the lane, puts it up, is blocked. Rebound Outlaw. It rolls over to Kane, and Kane is fouled by Shepard. Shepard picks up his third. 77-71. Brunswick leading Wake Tech in overtime with 1:31 to go. At the line is Kane. Darius Kane, 72.3% this season with 60 made free throws coming in this game, and misses that one. He is 85% in conference play coming in this game at a rate of 17 made free throws out of 20. Kane missed the first. He has another one here. The lead is 6 for the Dolphins. Make it 7. Chris Harris, 90 seconds to go. The lead, 7. Harris off the window, got it to roll in. Tough basket from Chris Harris. Wake Tech in need of a defensive stop, a steal, but you don't want to foul yet. Shepard got called for the foul right near us. Shepard picks up his fourth. That sends Jordan Durham to the line to shoot 2. Durham makes the first. Makes it a 2-possession game. Durham misses the second. Rebound falls to Shepard. And they're going to call Shepard for a travel as he fell to the floor with the ball. Shepard can't believe it. I'm too far away to comment on the call. So a tough sequence there for the Eagles. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with them. 1 minute, 4 seconds to go in overtime. Brunswick leads Wake Tech 79-73. We'll be right back for more action after the timeout. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. Brunswick leads Wake Tech 79-73 in overtime with 1 minute and 4 remaining. Foul on the floor. Brunswick, or travel rather. It was travel for Shepard. Brunswick has the ball, and the lay-in goes for Durham. Durham extends the Dolphins' lead under 1 minute to play. Chris Harris goes in alone. It's out of bounds. Wake Tech ball. Eagles trail by 8 with 45.6 to go. We need a Reggie Miller-esque miracle here. Baker going for a quick 2 was rejected at the rim by Outlaw. The Outlaw picks up the foul. That sends Baker to the line. Wake Tech's going to have to extend this game if they want a chance. Baker makes the first. Baker makes them both. Great free throw shooting from Shamel Baker. Now Wake Tech will press. They get in the Kane. Kane back to Jordan Durham. Durham. Brooks elevates it back to Kane with 33. Wake Tech's going to have to foul. They don't, and slam is Ty Outlaw for the exclamation point on this game. 83-75. Harris not giving up. Chris Harris to Shepard. Shepard in and scores. The 20.2. That'll incur a timeout from head coach Adam Wainwright. Shouldn't speak too soon here. I shouldn't speak too soon. 2-possession game after Shepard's runner goes. 83-77. 2-possession game. 20.2 seconds left. We'll be right back with final 20.2 after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. Brunswick leads Wake Tech 83-77 in overtime with 20 seconds to go. It'll be the Dolphins to inbound it. It's Durham, Jordan Durham, the inbounder. He's allowed to run the line. He does. Looking to get it in. He does. And Jordan's foul. Durham fouled by Harris, his second. That sends Jordan Durham, sophomore guard out of Lewisburg, North Carolina, went to Burlington School, to the line for 2 important free throws. Rather, one. One makes it a 3-possession game. 2 is icing on the cake as Durham makes the first. Durham steps up and makes them both. 17 seconds to go. Chris Harris with it. Harris speed all the way to the rack. Had it rejected by Outlaw. Now Kane. Kane Harris. Wake Tech's not going to foul. They don't want to call a foul. And that'll be it. As Victor Alayo brings Brunswick to victory in overtime. 85-77. Brunswick Community College rallies an OT to defeat Wake Tech. How did we get there? Well, Brunswick got out to a quick start in the first half. Wake Tech was able to cut the deficit in the tail end of the first half. In the second half, Wake Tech found momentum, got a lot of scoring inside and a couple threes as well. And they forced overtime, getting it to 66 apiece. In that overtime, it was Victor Alayo in the first 3 possessions who made the biggest impact. He went layup 3, and then he also created turnovers on the other end. That was Wake Tech's problem in the overtimes. The opening 2 possessions were turnovers. And then the Dolphins were able to make their free throws down the stretch, and Wake Tech wasn't able to capitalize on the offensive end. So again, our final score, Brunswick Community College defeats Wake Tech 85-77. With the win, Brunswick improves to 19-3 overall and 5-1 in NJCAA Region 10 play. Wake Tech falls to 13-11, 5-5 in conference play. The Eagles' next matchup is against USC Salkehatchie on the road on this Saturday, the 14th at 3 p.m. The Eagles have 4 games left to vault up the standings for seeding in Region 10 tournament play. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening all season long. It means a lot to me. It's just been so great to call basketball again. I love doing this, and I hope the passion bleeds through the mic every night. I'll say it one more time for this season. I'm Jonathan Hudson. Thanks for listening, and good night from Wake Tech.